Welcome back to the closed qualifier for Oceania. For the minor in Katowice, it's Grayhound and Renegades, a qualification match, and Grayhound taking the first map win here, up 1-0. Now we move on to Cache. Mac, how are you feeling? You feeling pumped? You feeling excited?
I'm excited. That first map was more than I could have asked for. Very back and forward. Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Cache, it's going to be a battle of the aim, battle of the brain, and both these teams can provide, so
yep,
I'm excited.
Well, Grayhound up 1-0 on one of their best maps. Let's face it, they won a pistol round where they didn't really have too much, just a couple of deagles and USPs, not even armor. So that's a pretty big break for them on overpass. Also taking some pretty interesting risks, walking out Monster Tunnel on the CT side and getting a lot of information, able to come away with a lot of stack rounds that Renegades weren't really ready for, and that is a big factor as to what got them some of those crucial rounds towards the end of that CT side. Now the question really begs, how often are you going to be able to get away with taking risks like that? And not only that, how many times are you going to see Liaz and JKS both have such a poor performance hand in hand? I don't think that. I aren't think that, as Kevin would say.
Well, they're warmed up now.
Yep.
Are they warmed up? I don't know.
Renegades have always been slow starters, mate.
Okay, well, you know, the reverse sweep could be coming in today, but it means we get at least 3 maps. Hopeful, maybe. You know, let's not write off Grayhound. You know,
True.
More impossible things have happened before.
Look, they can play Cache, and they're starting out on their better side, which is a way that I've seen them win a lot of Cache games, actually, even though it's not necessarily their best map. You know, when they start out on the T side, which Cache is a bit of a T-favoured map a lot of the time, and Dick Stace is getting in there thick and hard into the bomb sites and hitting the headshots, that can be a massive catalyst for Grayhound to be able to actually come away with the map win, even if they're not doing so fantastic on the map as a whole. But they need to get themselves off to a strong start, get the momentum, get the T side going, and really take it to Renegades early on in the piece, I think.
Yeah, well, I couldn't agree more. I think it's going to be a spicy one, and as you said, like if Grayhound can get that ball rolling early before the before Renegades do, you know, you said they're slow starters,
yep.
But if you can get a lead that's big enough to, you know, pretty much sustain you for the rest of the second half, then, you know, Grayhound are in it, you know. But you know, this is just theorizing. Of course, they've got to do it first. Renegades, I did actually spot them over the weekend, doing a lot of prac on Cache, so should see some new strats or different strats to what you used to seeing, at least in the Australian scene.
It was their map pick, so yeah, you would definitely expect them to come prepared into a series like this where you're looking to make it back into the minor. I mean, not only qualify for the minor, Renegades usually a pretty big chance at taking the whole minor once they get there, but imagine if they didn't even make it there. They've got 2 chances at least, if not making it through at this point. They're down a map against Grayhound. Even if they do drop that one, they've got another chance in the lower series for both of these teams. And honestly, these would probably be the 2 names that you would tip the most to come through this minor qualifier and head towards the minor. So
at the
one
moment,
of them
yeah,
will make it a little bit easier for themselves, and one of them will have to grind their way through another best-of-3 series against an opponent that's not going to be easy to put down. Between Order and, who is it? Is it Tainted in the lower bracket right now?
Order and Tainted, yeah.
Well, yeah. Order and Tainted, both of them going to be a bit of a challenge for either of these teams.
I didn't check the score in the break, but
should have.
We should have. You know, that's an opportunity missed.
But an educational stream, Matt.
You know, you never want to put down a puppy. So will the Renegades be the hard, cruel, you know, cowboys that you know, farmers usually are?
Yeah.
And will they put down their beloved pets in the Renegades, in the Greyhounds?
This is getting too sad.
Yeah,
Let's go back to talk about Counter-Strike, a game where people shoot each other. That always makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Yep. Ending on to Cache now. It is Renegades map pick. Grayhound up 1-0. Will they be able to complete the upset, or will Renegades even things up 1-1 and take revenge for the last map?
I don't know. That's the question, right?
Yep. Grayhound going to start off on the T side. Going to need to get it going pretty quick here. Renegades on the CT side. Flash on a molly. Actually 2 sets of grenades, or 2 armorless players rather, for the Renegades. The rest of them are all going to have body armor. Grayhound, a bit of pressure towards B. Going to regroup back towards that A bomb site. Smoke flash on 2 of their players as well as some P250s. So, you know, if I was going to say what this round's probably going to end up being, Probably going to be a fork smoke and a back red smoke. Get that bomb plant and quickly get yourselves into a good post plant, which is going to go great up against Liaz, who's playing retake on that A-bomb site.
Oh, and yep, apparently this is the next match. But out onto the A site. Looks like Liaz is actually going to find a single frag, so that will be effective.
It's actually huge.
Yeah,
that's very brave. He just runs out there armorless.
Yeah. No front red smoke like you anticipated.
I don't even know where that second smoke is. Anyway, smoke onto A main for the retake.
Ooh.
Grat's got the molly and the flash.
And here we are. So just holding strong. But look at this. The lineup from the CTs is going to be completely punished by all of Grayhound. Dick Stacey, Dexter, and Urkist providing the frags and the action. And Grayhound will take that first pistol. Now 1-0 over Renegades.
Look, it's a great idea there from Renegades. They molly out quad, they smoke off A main, pop flash to get all the lads in. But let's face it, at the end of the day, once you end up in that situation, it's a bunch of angry hounds being pushed out of position and into the gunfights with Renegades. And there's no guarantee you're going to win those fights. They don't. Grayhound picks up the pistol. It's going to be a force out of Renegades to try to get back in control of this game. That's a juicy nade coming out from heaven there. JKS picking up one by picking into B main, and Jacob still fighting with the Deagle. They don't want Grayhound to come away with the momentum early on in the piece here. They want to fight for this match.
He's dished some decent damage. Look, Sterling down to half HP. Dexter on to 68. And Grayhound now just grouping up. Knowing that there are at least two on the B site, it has drawn an early rotator, being Grat as well with the P250. So Urkist still holding here, solo. Utility in hand. He does keep quick switching there, I saw on the UI. So he may have wanted to use that Molotov, but saves it. And now in the lull, action found at mid, although the Deagle landing onto Urkist as well, who spots JKM yet again. 20 HP remaining on that man, and he continues to peak. Absolutely mad. But Dexter, he's lurked his way out mid. And, spotting Liaz at the top of highway there, tagged down to 61 HP.
Grayhound pretty slow-paced in this round here. Renegades, the rotations are starting to come across, but Renegades with the second.
So much damage done by this man, but Urkist fighting back. JKM at the back of check is eventually traded out now on the 2v3. There is one Renegades player left on the site to hold. And Liaz on the faster rotation will cut off the man on his way to site. And there you go. So Azza with the CZ coming in on the flank there, shutting Dexter down, and Renegades saving 3 AKs into the third, picking up all those rifles.
Talk about turning the momentum right back around. 180 degrees. That's how you do it. Economy going pretty hard here for Renegades now, and they've completely cooked Grayhound after they take the pistol. Force buy works out beautifully. It's almost like the money change never happened.
So Greyhound's just choking on that furball there.
How often do you see JKS with the scout, though? It's not often, and especially after a performance in the last map, those are some huge picks to be hitting with that scout. Now Grayhound, they've had to force back into this one. Going to do crisscross smokes across mid, but what's the play from there? I mean, if you go into checker and try to split B, you don't even have a CT smoke at that point, so...
Well, there's no one in vent.
So don't have a smoke for Z either.
We'll see how this goes. Grad actually giving up that mid control. Greyhound have gone straight through it, so this could be a strategy he's seen before. Liaz and Azza holding strong. Azza finding the second before going down to the Deagle of Urkist, who gets another. Actually, that was Sterling there on the 1 Deag onto Grat. So now on the 2v3, more damage traded at mid. JKS with the molly, forcing Sterling back. Can't get the timing, but that bomb is down at highway, and Renegades know it too. JKM still holding on the B site, but he is going to rotate out.
Hate to bring it up, but it probably still stings a little. Renegades really lost to the Deagles on overpass. Don't want to be losing to this force out of Grayhound again and dropping the momentum that they've hard-earned with that force buy in the last round. Some great scout work from JKS and some good rotations after Grayhound lose the first pick, being pretty hesitant, and again having to be pretty hesitant. Didn't have a whole lot of utility after those crisscross smokes came out, and it ends up in Renegade's favour. What do? Azza's on top of T-Red. You see this absolute unit of a man just raining down hell from above.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a jacked fella. You know, I appreciate that, man.
It's already jacked when you're looking at him head on. What do you do when he's on top of T-Red, on top of the red container rather on A site?
Just a monster towering over the top of you. You can't do anything. You're just shaking your boots, mate.
Oh. Grayhound going to have a little bit more time to compose themselves now, because they're going to take a little bit of a Glock save. And that's like one of those, have you ever seen those parkour videos where like one of the lads hops up a wall, like they boost one of the lads up a wall and then they help the second guy up and then all four of them make it over the wall? That's pretty much what Grayhound did there over that red container in warehouse.
Like the monkey ladder, right? Like, you know, the monkeys with the hands, the little game when you're a kid. Well,
great memories.
So Dick Stacey doing a great job to actually retrieve this bomb, but as the CTs close in on him, he is not going to have too much of a chance as JKS shreds him to pieces, shuts him down, and Renegades find their third on cash.
I think JKS has had a bit of the Jordan Mays treatment. He's gone and looked in the mirror and said, "Why are you losing?" And now
why are you losing?
Straight back into this game.
Are you trying to call Jordan a loser?
No, that's just what he said. I said, you know, Jordan, it's one of my favourite quotes from Jordan. I go, "Jordan, what would you say if you were the coach of this team?" And he goes, "I'd say, go look in the mirror at yourselves and go, why are you losing? Stop losing." It's great. Words of wisdom.
Take a good hard look at yourself, mate.
Dexter opens things up, though, onto Grat there towards the B bomb site. So advantage for Grayhound in this round.
But the rest of the team still grouped up in A main and Squeaky. Liaz here to hold. But as the A main smoke fades, he will start to re-aggress and be potentially joined by Azza, who's just keeping eyes on mid for the moment. Jump peeking, looking for any information possible. Dick Stacey, though, with the bait, and Malta opening up the A site. Urkist getting the headshot on to Azza there as well. Now in the 2v4, it's looking unlikely for Renegades to pull this one back. But that won't stop JKM from facing and making his way towards Z here.
Yeah, but winning that forced round has really buffed Renegade's economy. So not going to have too many problems buying straight back into this one. But that was a great round from Grayhound there. Dexter opening things up. And they were able to convert with some great spacing, good trays, some very quick AK headshots.
How odd was that by Dick Stacey? The little shift walk out of A main takes like 90 HP damage and then shift walks back in.
Yeah.
Malta peeks from Squeaky, rips it. Liaz's head off.
Look, you know, Dick Stacey, usually a name that's associated with putting fear into the hearts of his enemies, but he can be a little bit gentler than that sometimes. There's a softer side to him, for sure. Just the good old shift walking. Been tenderized a little bit, but he's back now. He's had some time to rest. Back on 100 HP.
And so how's this buy going to be? Pretty healthy.
Yeah, great,
all across
great
the
gun
board.
round.
Yep.
From both sides.
Got that AWP on Sterling now. Let's see if he can keep that form from the end of the previous map. Although there we are, Dexter getting caught off guard by an aggressive Grat.
Grat's had enough. He doesn't want to get picked towards B again. This time he says, nope. Not this time, Dexter.
And there's a boost into vent there as well. Oh, well, not a boost into vent, but a man in vent.
So what do they do now that they've lost that man advantage? JKS is going to pick up Urcast as well. Cache is definitely a map that if you lose some players early on, you can just head towards B or A and just try to get into the site in the late round. If you hit a couple entries, you can still definitely win.
So many Molotovs everywhere. Smoke as well for Liaz to force the T's to push through. He's found one, but Rapping gets the headshot on the Dick Stacey. He looks so sharp here as JKM on the flank. Takes Sterling down, gets the AWP out of his hand.
5 alive
and Renegades
Renegades
now 4 rounds, 5 alive as you mentioned. And Liaz turning up this map, 7 for 2 so far.
JKS as well, those scout headshots. Oh, gonna haunt my nightmares.
Yeah. Well.
Here's a save out from Grayhound. Wouldn't have had the most fantastic of a buy if they had gone for it, but luckily, a couple of rounds in a row is going to limit the amount that they actually have to save. It's not going to be a hard resetty.
Resetty spaghetti.
It's everywhere.
But here we are, Liaz on the pixel angle. Will fall off, but just at the wrong moment, allowing Urkus to go for the jiggle. Here we are, he opens up with the deagle. Liaz gets only one man on the spray down. The lineup was there as well, but he just couldn't control the recoil. So now in the 3v4, Grayhound actually have the man advantage. Have found themselves an M4 and are now looking to get that bomb planted. It will be going down safe. It's a good decision. But now the 3 remaining CT, surely they're not going to lose to a pistol bite. But Dexter with the M4 finding yet another. Now on the 2v4, it's down to a 2v3. JKS finding the angle, looking for Dexter as well, who's just hidden up there, spotted and spammed through the wall. Great play and a second. But now on the 1v1, it's up to Grat, who's given up his position, but goes for the pre-fire, opting for the AK through the corner of the box, shutting down his opposing AWPer, who unfortunately didn't have the AWP, but Renegades cutting it close there. 1v nada at the end of the round. Only Grat remaining, saving the AWP. And Renegades, I guess, motivation. So 5-2. 3 in the lead of Grayhound, who are still looking for that third. They almost found it with pistols, so they just need to keep the same form with the rifles, and they should be fine here. But as we were talking about before, Grayhound, well, not Grayhound rather, but actually no, Grayhound generally get the majority of their sides here on the T side. They're a very aggressive team, but speaking of aggression, Jakayam over boost there. Will be shut down by Dexter completely. Now, Grayhound, they don't have the man advantage, but they are looking for it. Grat, though, aggressive at forklift. Taking down Dick. Azra as well, finding Malta. Now on the 2v4, it's looking a bit rough. But Dexter gets the headshot under Grat. Flash over towards Quad. Azza dodging it. The nades here as well. Molotov going to be extinguished early by the smoke there. So Azza holding his ground. As the other 2 CTs rotating towards mid, looking to cut off any rotations. But the boost, how's the timing here? So JKS will be going up. Hasn't made a sound just yet, but Dexter won't clear it. There goes the bomb and the second man as well. JKS with the 2K for Renegades. Finding that 6th round and stopping Grayhound from winning the gun buy.
Yeah, again, shutting Grayhound down in their T gun round. It's going to be a good little boost for Renegades' economy as well. As the round count, single save out of Grayhound. If they can't do damage here to Renegades' economy, it's going to start to get out of control. And Cash is a map where you need to have a pretty good T side, or you can start to run into some problems. Hold the phone though, Mac. 2 quick entries by these T pistoling players, and they're going to be able to try to get the bomb down. Dick Stacy's burning alive though, so he's going to have to either plant default or wait to get that bomb down. Chooses to plant default, and more Molotovs being thrown out onto the side. He's under a lot of pressure. He's burning alive, 15 HP, and he does get punished. 3-on-3 here. These T's need to set up in some good post plants, but they're having a tough time repositioning. In come the flashes, and Renegades go in for the retake. Coming out Heaven, Malta with another one. Tripling up for the round, and that's an upset for Grayhound. They've won another pistol round in this series up against Renegades. I can't believe I'm saying it.
That was some spicy play-by-play there.
Oh, it's the second time, Mac. Oh, the second pistol round at Grayhound. They didn't even have armor, mate. They just rip open that B bomb site.
They almost did it before as well. In.
They live there now.
Maybe they've found the weak site. You know, not that many sites are weak here for Renegades, but there's only 2. And it's never going to be equal opportunity on both sides. It's a matter of timing, a matter of skill, a matter of luck sometimes. Although, I do define luck in Counter-Strike as timing. Look at that, Grat, he's spotted the elbow, but he's not going to go for the shot. No, baited. Grat will come out with a single. Sterling trading out Hazza.
It's great discipline for Grat to not drop the molly in that scenario. Realise that Sterling's probably the only other player in A main there.
I'm not sure why he didn't take a shot at the elbow. I'm pretty sure if you...
The elbow?
The elbow. If you hit him in the elbow, the man would have gone down.
No, I don't think so.
No?
It's a limb. It's definitely a limb. Arm shot.
I've seen people go down from the finger shot.
Yeah, look, the hitbox is a bit of a mystery to us all, Mac. Anyway, JKS going to be playing under the vent and going to be under a lot of pressure here. 4 T boys heading up into that B bomb site. This is going to be an almost impossible hold from the lad.
Oh, but JKS hasn't been spotted just yet. Utility coming in. Look at the angles. Dexter gets the info, but JKS will go down as he peeks into the spray. But Liaz in the pit. He's found only one and a second, actually. So Grat taking down Dexter there. And on the trade, the crossfire proving effective there at B. So Liaz, also known as the turret here in Australia, proving effective eventually as the Greyhounds just ran straight into the pre-fire, which is what JKS did as well. But Renegades making it work. And Greyhound now have been reset, but they are going to buy up for one last hurrah. So mid-control coming out from Greyhound now. Two-man boost up the top here.
Yeah, they're getting some control.
Yep.
Question is Grat going to be able to pick anybody and get away with it?
Well, he's been spotted, so Greyhound slow down for the moment.
It's a very important round for both teams, economically speaking. Opportunity for Greyhound to get straight back into this half, and Renegades just cemented for themselves. But Dexter, clever position, dodging the pop flash and punishes Azza for going aggressive into A main there. Liaz hasn't had enough though, and he gets taken out as well. That's a 5-on-3 for Greyhound, and no one's even close to this A bomb site. Look at the CTs rotating. It's just Dexter. He's killing everybody, Mac.
He's amazing. Look at that. Although the UMP headshot tagging him down to 7 HP. Letting him live for the moment, but now the bomb making its way into B as JKM was on the rotation. And I'm not sure if he can do much damage here. Renegades should just decide to save, although the buy next round is going to be rough regardless. They might be able to pull back 4 rifles or 2 rifles and 2 SMG buy or something. I don't know.
Greyhound, they've been thrown a lifeline, mate. They were floating out at sea. Renegades was off to a fantastic start on this CT side after winning that force buy in the second round, but then someone throws them a lifeline. Malta just triples up with the CZ and they win that pistol round, and ever since then that's absolutely cooked Renegades' economy. And then Dexter with the huge individual play does the heavy lifting to be able to really put the nail in the coffin, and look at their money. It is absolutely wrecked. Opportunity for Greyhound to even make this an 8-7 half when Renegades were just in complete control, and you're going to be kicking yourselves. This is the Asia Minor qualification match, Mac. You can't be losing these edgy ecos.
They're still in the lead, though.
As Kevin would say, it's just not acceptable.
Acceptable?
Not acceptable at all.
Okay. Rip Kevin. He'll be back. We keep saying it.
He keeps messaging me on Facebook with CS-related content, so yeah, 100%.
He'll be back. Gotta love that, man. Anyway, Grat here close at mid. Hasn't been checked just yet, but with the USB and JKM holding the angle. What are we going to see? Oh, the boost up on the pipe. Is it going to be heard? It definitely has been Urkist. Wondering what that sound was. But here we are on the B site. It is going to be empty for Greyhound to take. I'm not sure if Renegades can go for this one on a retake with the buy that they currently have. Decent damage could be done by this HE. The bomb has been thrown across, but only 10 damage done by that grenade. So a little bit of miscommunication or a bad arm there. Looks like Greyhound haven't been doing their shot put. Here we are, Urki though, holding strong, not moving a muscle. Perfect discipline there to pick up the headshot. JKM still trying to save the M4 into the next round. As Greyhound looking good to take a 5th. And Renegades are just trying to find this AK. Here we are, teammates coming in. Malta providing the crossfire. Urkist eventually going down to Azza at backyard. He was going to get his head ripped off there. Perfect timing for Malta. Clearing all the corners he can. But JKM, he's been spotted. The final man alive, and now Greyhound not actually going to hunt him here. Respecting the man. Letting him save that M4 as Greyhound are now only 2 behind Renegades. And Renegades can't buy up into this round either.
No. They have cooked their economy. I want them to have a nice long think about why that is.
Dad Pilly over here. Sending
Dad
Renegades
Pilly,
to their room to think about what they've done.
Probably younger than at least half the Renegades team, but Dad all the same. Oh man, A-stack, and Grayhound just rush B, and this round is pretty much over.
I think I blinked there, and the round was done.
Yeah.
So we'll see if JKM can get any extra damage done, but it will definitely favour the economy if he saves that rifle yet again. Renegades just looking for more AKs, trying to fix the economy as best they can going into the final couple of rounds of the half. And Dexter, he's gone down, so that is yet another rifle, but Leah's hunting for more. He's hungry. He's going to throw the pop flash out, but gets his head ripped off from Malta, and now that AK is in a rough position for Renegades to try and retrieve. JKM goes down as well. Now Grat last alive will actually be gifted a Mac 10, so not what he wanted. But Sterling will go down to 11 HP at long range, but he just comes out on top as Grayhound find a 6th here on cash. One behind Renegades, who will finally be able to buy up again.
Pretty upsetting there for Grat. You know, we're heading towards Christmas. He wanted the pony. He only got a Mac 10.
That's it.
What the hell, Dad? Anyway, now, last 2 rounds, pretty much... I mean, I felt like Renegades were just going to at least get double digits, but not even an opportunity to do that anymore now that Grayhound have 6 rounds. This is a must-win for Renegades, or they're getting reset again heading into the last round of the half, and we could definitely be looking at 8-7 for Grayhound. They're playing not just for this round, but for potentially 2 here. Straight at mid-control, not really contested by Renegades yet, but there's the flash, doesn't work. 1 for 1, Azza though.
Dicky was feeling it, but he has been shut down. Flash comes in, and Azza just can't find that second. So trade coming out from Urkus, but Liaz and JKS finding the single frag each. Now Malta's been left in a 1v3. The bomb is down at mid. We've seen a similar scenario before, but the timing just not going the way of Grayhound at all. Liaz peeking at the perfect moment to spot Malta, who had to check his angles, had to clear quad. And Renegades now finding an 8th, but no chance to get double digits. Final round of the half, Grayhound will be able to buy up yet again.
But I think it's okay, Mac. You'd be happy with a 9-6 if you're Renegades heading into the T side of cash.
Your map pick against Grayhound, who generally perform better on their T side. So,
well, not only that, it's cash as well. It's
yep.
a bit more T biased than some of the other maps, that's for sure.
But time will tell. Grat now, pre-scoping. Aggressive smoke in B main, flashing off the angle, but Sterling posted. Balls of steel waiting for that flash to pop. And he will come out on top. So now Liaz next to Squeaky. Malta will hear that smoke being thrown. He's very aware of Liaz's position here.
Oh gosh, just spamming away, seeing if he can hit any of these players that make their way into A main through that smoke, and if he does, that's something Malta will actually be able to hear. You can hear some of those bullets connecting. Bit of a flashy sound, bit squelchy, not exactly the most pleasant thing, but it does give you the information that the CT is there.
Decent grenade thrown there too. Urkus, Dick Stacey and Dexter all feeling that one. Perfect placement, but as that smoke is thrown towards top of highway.
That's something you never see in the Oceanic scene. The counter molly, as soon as the util comes out to try and take mid, it's something that's pretty popular in the pro scene on this map nowadays. Works out beautifully. Grayhound don't even know how to react to that.
And at close mid, JKM holds strong. The crossfire has been broken though as Azza goes down, and with the pop flash, JKM fully blinded. The trade will eventually come out, so back to the 2v2. Grayhound have an opportunity to bring it back, knowing that Liaz plays on A, and JKS usually over towards B there. They will have to choose the lesser of two evils to run at, and here we are. JKS just peeking a little bit too late. He will fall, and the bomb will be planted. So in the 1v2, it is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air coming in from Event, but he'll be shut down. So Malta getting the headshot there, and Grayhound finding 7. I thought that was definitely going to go in Renegade's favour, but Grayhound just doing a great job there to pull it back slightly in the last round of the half. Still 1 round behind Renegades, but we'll see how the second half goes. Now, what are you expecting, Pilly?
I don't know, man. I feel like Grayhound have the opportunity to complete the upset here. They've been given far too many opportunities that they've definitely taken and run with by Renegades. So, definitely potential here for them to complete a 2-0 upset, which in the grand scheme of things is pretty unbelievable. Obviously, we all know Greyhound's very capable of it, but it doesn't feel like Renegades is playing their A game right now. Feels very flat from some of the lads. Feels like they're playing very individualistic. And it just doesn't really strike me as, you know, something that makes me feel great about their performance in this game thus far, especially in a qualification match for the Major Mac. Come on, you got to bring your A game.
They do have a second opportunity even if they do lose here today. I just had a quick score update on the Tainted and Order game.
Give us the deets.
Order are up 10-8 on Inferno of the first map. So I think they started a little bit late today. But there you go. So it is quite close there in the other game going on right now for the Oceanic quals. But now here we are. Second pistol round for the match. Renegades buying up 2 sets of util yet again. Bomb being left at mid, but the aggression coming in from B main from Grayhound. Malta dinked down to 10 HP, but Dick Stacey comes out on top. Now Jacam has found Dexter over towards A, and the bomb should be going down here successfully. Flash over towards E-Box. No aggression off it though, but Jacam so close here at the edge of A main. Dick Stacey gets the angle with the crouch peek. So Jacam goes down and it's back to a 3v4. Greyhound with the man advantage looking to go for the retake here. But the triangle on site, is it going to be effective? Liaz finding one. JKS with P250. Can he do some damage as it goes down to Malta? Liaz hiding in a smoke is going to be spammed down completely. Now in the 1v3, they are aware of JKS's position. Urkus wraps in, gets the shot off. Headshots are plenty, and Greyhound will equalise 8 rounds each. So this is just what they need to get that early advantage in the second half before Renegades can get that ball rolling on their T side.
Here's a second pistol for Greyhound as well. Definitely going to buff up the round count and get the confidence flowing nice and early on this CT side. Won't have to wait around having to save and go into a lackluster buy. They're going to be given all the grenades that they want. Early Christmas present. And let's see if they're able to turn that into a qualification for the minor. That would be the best gift of all.
Look at this, the hero AK though. 3 flashes and a smoke.
Something I've seen a little bit more recently is just the one hero AK and then the rest of the buy. And then you have one player with an AK in this round who can make some impact, definitely take some guns away from the CTs, if not be able to be set up to win the round. And then next round, you know, Azza just buys utility and a pistol, and everyone else can buy AKs anyway. Yeah, and if they do get a bit of damage done with this AK that can be handed off once, you know, the Ts fall, although up here at Boost, it could fall the wrong direction if he doesn't check Urkus here. But what I was going to say is if the economical damage is done, then Renegades will have the better buy going into the next round regardless. So I think they'll have a better buy anyway. There's a trade from Liaz as it creates space for him. Drops him the AK and then takes the bullets for him. Is there anything this man can't do? Give him a warm embrace after this game's done because he definitely deserves it at this point. The real MVP. Yeah. Team player. But that is another gun that could have been picked up by Greyhound. They just didn't want to go for the mid control. I think Jacam... Oh, not Jacam. So, it is Jacam. Yep. He's gone and found that UMP. Somehow snuck away with that. Greyhound not contesting. He's got armor as well. There's a smoke onto CT. Malta's going to drop his to try and buy some time for the rotation to come out. Does work indeed. Dick Stacey doubles up. So great job from him. Malta needs to do his bit, but he'll be shut down. So JKS and Jacam finding some headshots. Sterling, though, bringing it back to the 2v1. So Jacam, he's got himself that M4 armor to work with and unscathed at the moment, but so are the CTs. Now Dexter out at heaven. Or Sterling out at heaven, rather. Dexter pushing with the MP9. Is the pressure going to be too much? Jacam just isolating the 1v1s. He almost comes out on top. Just can't get the bink onto Sterling there. And we are going to see Greyhound getting the retake successfully. But as we were talking about, that economical damage has been done. Look at that. There is not going to be many rifles up against Renegades full buy going into the third round of the half. Yeah, Nazo can still buy Galil or something like that if he wants to. Maybe an SMG and utility, which is a huge win for Renegades. But again, Sterling stepping up to the plate. Another clutch for the man. So big impact there by him to be able to make sure that Greyhound can keep going in this game. And a big clutch on overpass as well. I think Malta just got out-angled by the man that jumped up onto the back sight box. Those angles can be pretty dangerous. But here we are, Dick Stacey on the off angle in checkers. Plenty of utility left on Renegades to flush him out.
He does have Malta back on site with only an MP9 to try to hold at the longer range as well, so that will be a rough bit of cover. But he does have some utility. No flashes to allow Dick Stacey to get aggressive, though. So we'll see what happens here. Renegades grouping up and looking to death ball their way onto the B site. But here we are, the timing almost in the favour of the CTs. What the hell? Dick Stacey unchecked, 2k and a dink as well. So in the 3v3, Leas is down to 10 HP. Now Dexter finding JKS. So now Grayhound have this man advantage. And with this nade, Leas could go down. Perfect placement, bowling Shano.
Long grat. 3-on-1 against this old team. They're coming in for the retake. They're surrounding him. 2 players coming in from B main. I'm not sure you'd expect the double flank. Maybe not even the single.
Oh, but he's got caught on the wall there trying to make his way into checkers. So Grat, who is usually known for his great movement, will actually fall to the little jutting out corner there. Grayhound get to the double digits first on Renegades map picks. So now we've got a game. Renegades, they have to keep it cool. They have to try to bring it back. As they are going to be... Ooh, they could force up here. They could. They'll be light on the utility, but their game plan is generally utility-based. So, although that might just be the change they need. If Renegades, they are sharp gamers. If they just do, contact plays, it could actually work out in their favour. If they can find out where the AWP is of Sterling and then just try to avoid that, they might have a better chance. Although that was very questionable, just completely disregarding checkers, letting Dick Stacey pick up 2 free kills there.
It's pretty... Honestly, that's the whole point of that off angle there, Mac. Like, it's pretty dangerous. You see players in the pro scene in Europe and stuff like that. It's a place that, you always see Rain hit all those spray downs from that kind of an angle. It seems like a pretty weird position to be playing, but in reality, it often goes unchecked, and you're able to double or triple up if your teammate's the player who gets the contact from the site, and that's exactly what happened. Malta creating the pressure from the site. The Renegades really focused on him, and then Dick Stacey could have even tripled up. Sterling there really stepping up to the plate now, opening the accounting here for Grayhound. And at what point on Renegades do you start to get a little frustrated? This is meant to be your map pick. You're meant to be having the momentum here. That nade is absolutely money there as well.
So she came down to 43 off that one nade. Couldn't have been placed better. They're not looking underneath him. That will allow Urkus to pick up another free kill. So 5v1 in the blink of an eye. As Grat will bring it back. Imagine this. An ace clutch against his previous team. Can he do it? 71 HP.
I'd be careful. There's a lot of little jutting out walls around middle there. Manages to navigate around them, but goes down to Dexter. 4 alive for the CTs.
With that smoke there, you can actually see their shadow walking out.
Yeah, I know.
Because of how deep it was too. So definitely favouring Grayhound. And 3 in the lead. So Renegades will be on the pistols now. As the force buy did not prevail. Just basic fundamental. I wouldn't even say it was basic fundamentals. It was good crossfires, good teamwork from Grayhound to hold that mid control. Even Dexter, like solo holding A from highway. That was the strat. It was the read. It's good. The gamble that paid off.
Yeah, you need to be pretty dynamic on this CT side of Cache. Works out beautifully for them. Again, the counter boost, Surcast up close with the ump, makes it work. Jacobs straight down at the start. Double nade over the top. So much damage again. Leas charging in. That's not something you usually see from the man himself.
He's sharp and he's feeling it. He wanted to go for the X-Factor play, but unfortunately Grayhound were there at the ready. And as with the CZ, just can't connect the shots that he needs to. Grat last alive at 38 HP, going to be spotted and sprayed down. Urkus actually coming in on the flank from Useless Room.
Oh lordy, 5 alive for Grayhound. Look at their money, Mac. It's getting out of control now. This is looking like a 2-0 for Grayhound. I don't know who would have picked it, but still chances for Renegades to come back into the game. They're running out of opportunities though. They probably have 2 or 3 gun rounds left in the half if they don't start picking up rounds soon. And Grayhound have built up enough economy to be able to make 2 or 3 mistakes before they're running out of money. So, some quick maths there.
Definitely an odd one. Not one you would have called. But Here we are, Urkist. The tease, they're not ready for it either, although Jacame flicking up, getting the trade as a finding Dexter as well. So that will be mid, essentially open for Renegades to take, but they're not going to go for it. They will just stay grouped, look to trade.
Dick Stacey found his way there.
No one knows, mate. No presence. Grayhound have been getting aggressive. Their CT sides, you know, unpredictable.
How come? Are they saving?
Surely not. I think they're just going for the 50-50, expecting Renegades to go back to B side. Although with Dick Stacey and Sunroom, I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want to give up any extra weaponry.
I guess so. I think that's okay.
That was a very early save call, though.
I think it was a bit of a stack, is what I'm going to go for back.
Yeah.
But 4 alive for Renegades thus far. Definitely could be valuable to pick up some of these Ts as they exit out of the A-bomb site. Not sure if Grayhound's going to go for it, though. Plenty of money on the side of Grayhound, so as these scores start to get closer and closer together, Grayhound looking to try to avoid the opportunity of getting reset at a inopportune time. Nowhere near that at this point.
With that flash a little bit too deep. But not leaving
that angle back. I don't think that's what they were going for there. Something tells me they are really not trying to flash Turling off this box at T-spawn.
Yes, they were. All right. A man can believe. A boy can dream.
Damn, Cassard, you really got these boys drilled hard at this point. got all the boxes checked.
But look at that. That will be a great save for the economy. Renegades keeping 4 men alive at the end of that round. The AWP still on Grat's body, on his back at the moment. As it looks like we are going to see a change of momentum. Heading into A main early. The CT's not aggressive towards mid, so they won't be aware, but Sterling opening that has been heard. And Renegades may completely shut the A site down if they push through the smoke here. Sterling spotted though. Elias finding Dexter, knowing that that wasn't the AWP. So here we are, the push coming out, just disregarding A main completely, but Urkus finding one, traded out, Malta, similar situation. Azza coming out on top, and in the 3v1, it's all up to Dick Stacey, who don't think he has been spotted.
It's one of those rounds that, you know, it's all building up, and then there was just action, headshots back and forth, and here we are, Renegades hitting a couple extra headshots for themselves and found themselves in the 3-on-1. No chance for Dick Stacey to retake this. It's going to be a difficult ask, and he's not even going to go for it.
Yeah, it was very ambitious positioning there on the A site. 2 men near Squeaky, just disregarding the A main push completely. You know, smokes are there, but they're not solid objects. And they only last for about 10 seconds, so...
Well, fortunately, in that round, Grayhound throws scissors and Renegades have a rock, so they're going to win that one. Setup works out for them in terms of what they chose to do there when Grayhound went aggressive into Squeaky. And we will see if Grayhound can start to change up some of the aggression or potentially stop going so aggressive in all these different parts of the map and just play a more sort of passive setup. Renegades now bringing the score ever closer as this game gets spicier and spicier.
Speaking of spicy, Grat getting on that B main line early. Sterling as well. Posted at Sandbags, won't be mollied out just yet. Jacame just watching Highway, not going too far. Look at the discipline, look at the movement. Is he going to go wide? There you go, jiggling. I think he's got the info as well. So he won't play with fire. Just holding for the moment. Urky playing close at mid. Under Vance, but he's going to push in straight into Grat's crosshair as well. So Urkist has gone down. Now Grayhound have a man disadvantage.
I think the adaptation's starting to come out from Renegades now. They're really recognising that Grayhound is trying to get up in their face and play aggressively in middle, as well as some other parts of the map as well. And Renegades are really starting to punish that now. They're starting to adapt. So the question being, what does Grayhound do now? Because their aggression's not working out for them just yet at this point. Grat's really stepping up here. Doubles up for the round, and we're...
Oh, but Sterling just can't find the second. Falling to Liaz there. Grat finding yet another, so 3 for him so far, and it's all up to Dick Stacey. Gives up his position, goes wide, but as the crouch comes out, Azza dodging some bullets. Finding the headshot himself, and Renegades picking up an 11th. So 1 behind Grayhound, just looking to bring it back to a draw at least. But Grayhound, they've got decent money. Are they going to go for the force here? It looks like they will just do the safe thing and go for a pistol armor buy.
I think it really complements their really passive saving sort of strategies. They're kind of trying to be responsible with the economy and make sure that they turn this round buffer into potential economy with the loss bonus and more chances at gun rounds. But problem with that is that, I mean, they're already starting to run out of money, not quite there yet. What happens when one of these CT rounds gets a little bit close and they're able to slowly just pull it out, maybe a 1v1 clutch or something like that, and then Renegades hits back instantly with the gun round towards the end of the half? That could just be the end of things for Grayhound. Had a great accounting for themselves so far in this game, but Renegades, this is their map pick. They're trying not to give Grayhound any more mistakes to run with as they start to adapt to Grayhound's aggressive CT side. Change up on all the setups from Grayhound. Going to be a difficult ask for Grayhound to be able to make something work in this next gun round. Feels like Renegades very much has them figured out at this point. But one thing Renegades really hasn't figured out all night has been these anti-ecos.
Ooh,
and again, Dick Stacey doubles up with the deagle. Please, no, Mac, I can't take it. My heart.
What a god. So here we are, Urkus finding yet another. Can't get Liaz, running out of bullets. Just at the wrong moment. Didn't want to go for the reload, didn't want to give up his position, but the taps coming in from Jacayam, eventually finding one, but the trade coming out from Sterling with the scout there. Now on the 1v1 as Liaz trades it out. Dick Stacey coming in on the fast flank. He's got himself the AK now, but will he go through the smoke? Liaz in a rough position, not disregarding the smoke, and oh, he has, he turned around.
Unbelievable.
Oh.
Again, Renegades throw away the third anti-eco. I mean, they had deagles and armor, and those were some fantastic shots from Dick Stacey with the deagle in B main, but Renegades, if they lose from this position, you know why. We all saw it.
It's just rough.
How Australian of them, though. Haven't even been back for that long. Anyway, though, game's not over yet.
They are more majority Australian now. You know, they only had 3 before. Now they've got 4. Yep. So little mistakes can be made. Although Liaz had to take a gamble in that situation. But
look, at least this time, that now that they've lost against the anti-eco, they haven't completely cooked their money because they've been on a bit of a roll. So we're getting straight back into some full buy rounds from both sides, but it's going to help Greyhound's economy a little bit more in this scenario. See Dick Stacey and Dexter have a lot of money built up now.
With 3 dirty deagles in a row, there's not a lot that Renegades can really do to stop that. They tried to trade, they really did, but Dick Stacey was just there and sharp. Did everything he needed.
So
and now here comes the second Molotov to Sandbags.
Yeah, the pacing of this aggression in mid is going to be a little bit slower from Greyhound. It's a similar kind of setup. They're really fighting for mid this time.
Look at this. They're just going to wait it out. They're going to have 3 more Molotovs to expend, knowing that Malta is going to be just hiding at Sandbags. Dexter, has he got a smoke? No, he's used his one, right? So there you go. There's that third Molotov. Malta has to fight. He managed to pick up a single frag, though. Not actually traded out. It's Azza at Vent, which will find Dexter. Malta somehow being the single man surviving. Now, Urkist fell as well. But now Azza close to highway. Here's that Molotov being used, and he will take the opportunity to open up that A site, which the split can come into now. But in the 2v4, do Greyhound fight? Their economy's bad. And so are their eyes looking straight at that flash, but Sterling on the AWP finding a single. 1 man on site as the bomb rotates back to B. They've got the info, but he won't hard clear that corner. JKS lines up the headshot, picks up a free frag, and Renegades find that 12th round.
No, Urcast and Sterling, their money's absolutely wrecked. Malta not doing too well for himself either, so Renegades looking to firmly put themselves in the driver's seat now. Double save for some of these players, and they are still going to save on the side of Greyhound. Which is going to make me wonder, I mean, are they going to let Renegades head up to that 14 mark? That's some dangerous territory.
And Malta looking to get aggressive here with just the USP. On the angle, will be shut down.
More scared for Renegades in this round than I was in the last.
Not again. Not again. But here we are. Oh, and there you go. Playing against the deagle. Trying to get some extra damage done to the CTs, but instead just giving up that AK. So Dick Stacey is solo on the B side at the moment, but the crunch is coming in. That AK in Urkust's hands could stop the push. Molotov forcing Dick to get aggressive. He is going to be shut down. JKM dropping the single bullet that he needed to hit. Now Dexter going through the smoke, looking to play the one-way, has found himself an angle here. But JKS going slowly into the crosshair, eventually getting the headshot. And in the 4v2, looks like Urkust might just decide to go for this one.
They've done it. They've navigated the pistols, I feel like.
Oh, JKS, I think he spotted the shoulder. There you go. He was switched on, aware, as always, getting that headshot onto Urkust, dropping the rifle out of their hands, and Grayhound now should have to save into the next. So
I don't know. They can still go for this buy here. Obviously, Urkust and Sterling were hard reset in the last, but they're going to just half buy. Obviously, they've had a lot of success with the pistols. I am more scared for Renegades again. I mean, they made it work in the last one. Here's another test.
Well, we'll see if they can deal with more upgraded pistols than the previous round. Progression util used towards B here. But Renegades essentially just holding an anti-eco at the moment. Waiting for the aggression, but CT's stacking that A site this time rather than B. But now getting aggressive into A main. Liaz wanting to try to cut off the rotation back towards site. Grat finding one. Now I believe Squeaky should be open. There you go, finding the angle. Not a second though. Dexter with the 5-7 will eventually trade it out. Hazza taking down Urkust there as well. Now it's all up to Dick Stacey, who's last alive in a 1v4. He has been feeling it with the Deagle and is just waiting for a lurker now, but Renegades looking just to lock down a 14th and take that lead, which they haven't seen for a while.
Absolutely. Grayhound being, I don't know, not necessarily firmly in control of the game, but definitely ahead. Definitely the front runners. Now Renegade's going to grab control back, but let's face it, Grayhound had to sort of hand it back to them as they were starting to run out of the money. Now here's opportunity for Renegades to go towards map point of Grayhound to equalise. Going to be a very important gun round with both teams with some great buys, so potential for lots of chances for both teams to outplay each other. Grayhound, this game so far just been so aggressive towards middle, non-stop.
Look at that as well. All across the board, scores pretty damn similar. I think Dick Stacey with the, Sterling with the least kills on 14. But the most is only 22, so there's not a huge range in difference there. Urkust once again top fragging like he did in the previous map. Pulling his weight for sure. But here we are. So Renegades in the lead now into the 28th round. We see both teams brought up once again. You said it was a very important one for Grayhound.
Keen to see what they actually go for in this one, Mac, whether they change things up, and they will. It's a 2-1-2 rather than a 1-3-1. A lot less emphasis being put towards middle. So we'll see what kind of plays they're going to go for in pairs. Obviously, there was that pop flash there set up for Dick Stacey to check if anyone's going to try and get cheeky through this B main smoke of the CTs, as they have thrown progression smoke on the T side.
But Renegades have just been essentially playing it safe for the last 5 or 6 rounds, not wanting to lose too many more anti-ecos.
Well, that's the adaptation. I mean, not even in the anti-ecos. They've definitely been waiting for the mid-aggression to come out of Grayhound. Here's a bit of a change-up. It's going to be outdoor with some mid control as well. Beautiful entry from Liaz.
Sterling fading off. Bomb goes to side and Grat can't connect, but will he go for the repeat? Just waiting for the timing. 4v4, flash comes out. Now Grat might just have that angle. Although he's flashed off as well. So a battle of the util at the moment. Greyhound's putting 2 up highway and 1 towards side already. Urkust just hiding on the edge of the smoke. Grat getting aggressive through A main. He is going to be shut down, but there is still one man there. And that will be JKS, who's, actually at mid. So now in the 3v2. It's up to Liaz and Hazza to try to hold. Hazza at the corner in the close box, getting the angle there onto Sterling, but Liaz just can't get the aim. He's going to be shut down by Malta. Azza last alive. The lineup's there for him, but he can't connect the bullets.
They don't have time.
And Grayhound will be just... No, you're right. They've left it too late.
Come into the bomb site far too late, and they're out of money now. Renegades on match point. They went for that mid pick and took far too long to come back into that one. And Renegades, you said they had a lot of utility in that post plant. Pretty hard to come through that back of red smoke. Pretty hard to deal with a lot of those sort of positions that Renegades are putting themselves in.
I'm speechless.
For Grayhound. Now, although they did win a lot of those duels, they don't leave themselves enough time. What an entry from Liaz coming out the door there, though. Is there anything this man can't do? He can clutch. He can entry. And most importantly, he looks good while doing it.
I don't think he gets nervous.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen him look nervous or shaky.
It's hard work, mate. You put that much work into the game, why would you be nervous?
You're right.
It's quiet confidence that's the scariest, I feel.
He's a man of little emotion. But now here we are. 1 round away from Renegades taking it to Mirage.
Grayhound have control of A main at this point, but Renegades have middle. So a bit of a difference in this round than a lot of others. Sterling's going to be playing from the lockers in tandem with, who's with him? Dick Stacey. Only got the flash ready for Sterling, but the mid-split may be very deadly in this round from Renegades. Grayhound are adjusted a little bit in terms of the rotations to try and deal with it. Going to be pretty hard for Malta to retake that bomb site with the UMP rotating all the way from B. So these kills need to go the way of Grayhound.
Oh, but look at that. A-main control is taken, but Liaz on the 2K coming out of Squeaky, make it a 3K. Oh my gosh, back to the 2v2 so quickly. Azza here at the top of Highway as well, using the top Highway smoke to lurk into this position. But now with the UMP, is it going to be enough? Malta doing some damage. But Liaz down to 17 as well. Dexter only with the 5-7. He is deadly with this weapon too. Pre-fire coming in through the smoke. And a flash as well. Azza might have just gotten the information. Not sure if he has, but Dexter's lurked his way to the front of Forklift. Gets the angle, takes down Liaz. Now in the 1v1, Azza is down to 54 HP. He's got the kit. He doesn't have any utility though. He's tapping that bomb. But Azza with the pre-fire, shutting down the map. What a bloody exciting one. Yet again, 16-13, I believe it was.
Unbelievably close maps, and I mean, Renegades able to close out cash there on their T side. You really saw the adaptation come in from the lads on Renegades. Grayhound being so aggressive in middle, causing so many problems for the Renegades side, but you can really see them start to change up their game plan and go back time and time again to what works for them. Liaz just stepping up monumentally on the AK towards the end of that game to close it out, and Renegades come away with the second map now. We're going to move on to a third, and I mean, both of those action-packed, very, very close maps indeed.
Yep.
Hope the third map is going to deliver as well. How are you feeling, Mac? Feeling more pumped for another map of CS between these two?
I don't know if my heart can take it.
Yeah.
It's pumping. It's just been going non-stop, back and forth, especially that last round. Liaz managing to pick up the 2K spray down, flick around, and then get the entry onto A side as well. That was just... whew.
So many plays, and plenty more plays to come. We're going to head into the third map of this series between Grayhound and Renegades. It's a high-pressure match. It's a qualification, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Who's going to go through to the minor? We'll find out right after this short break.
Intel technology powers the best of esports, and the best demand a superior level of performance. So we're introducing the 9th Gen Intel Core i9 processors, designed for the world's best gamers. In celebration with our community, we're hosting the 9th Gen Intel Core i9 processor Dream Stakes. We want to bring you inside our world of esports for once-in-a-lifetime experience that only Intel can provide. Enter for a chance to win a trip to one of 9 world-class events across 3 sweepstakes. We're taking the winner and a guest behind the scenes for a one-of-a-kind VIP treatment. Winners will also get the latest 9th Gen Intel Core i9 processor and walk away with exclusive swag. Enter for your chance to win starting November 5th, 2018. Visit corei9.intel.com to sign up for more information.
They say it is about the journey and not the destination. That is true for those who don't know where they're going. That is true for those who don't know what they want to achieve. Is it about the journey? That depends on the destination.
All All eyes are on you. So give them greatness with Intel Extreme Masters certified PCs and notebooks and game like the pros. When you see the unique IEM certified stickers on the outside, you'll find high-grade components with Intel Core i5 and i7 processors inside. Every purchase includes in-game content and supports the prize pool of Intel Extreme Masters. Game like a pro, because the world is watching.
Back into the action with the Oceanic closed qualifier for the minor in Katowice into the third map of a series between Grayhound and Renegades, each trading 1-1, 16-13 both accounts. But Mac, can you name something more iconic than Renegades playing on Mirage in anything related to the minor? The amount of deciders they've had to play against Tyloo on Mirage in this kind of a tournament. You know, usually it's on land, but now heading into it on Grayhound. Should be pretty much in their element, in their comfort zone, a map that they've played time in, time out for so many iterations of their lineup.
I'm just excited. I'm always excited for Counter-Strike, right? But this is something you don't get to see more. I wouldn't say once in a lifetime, but once every couple of months, maybe once a year. Yeah, even potentially.
Probably once a year. Yeah.
Just the top level AU teams all in one spot, or top level Oceanic teams rather, and Mirage as well. So it's going to be exciting. You know, both teams very, very versed on this map. It's going to be a battle of blows. It's going to be similar to Cash, similar to Overpass. I think we're going to see another very, very close matchup.
100% would agree with you there, Mac. How are you feeling about Greyhounds, Mirage? Feeling confident?
Yeah, I haven't actually seen them played in a while because teams are generally too scared to play Greyhound on Mirage. So that says a lot.
That could either be good or bad, whether they're that good on Mirage that other people don't want to play it on and they still got it going on, or whether their lack of play on that might be end up being their downfall.
We'll figure it out
Only
soon.
one way to find out, yeah. Yep. Renegades, though, definitely can play Mirage, so I would 100% agree with you. Going to be a close game. Going to be a banger of an end to the series, and everything's going to be on the line. Someone's got to break at some point, because this is a minor qualification match. Just the stakes could not be higher at this point.
Yeah, there's so many rounds we've seen today already that have come down to like 1v2, 1v1, 2v2 clutches, just like right down to the wire. Even the second last round there, the defuse not coming out. Like, I thought it was done, and then you pointed out the time, and I was like, oh my god, they've left it too late. Like, just Counter-Strike, right? That's it. It's just like the anticipation for the final map is crazy. I just don't even know what to say. Probably need about 3 more coffees, and then I will have a heart attack. So I'll try and get that done. Yeah,
really do with a coffee. I've seen you smash too many espressos, Mac. When you just, no matter what, wherever we're going, you get to the airport. He has an espresso. You get to the opposing airport at the other place that we're going to. He gets an espresso. Then he goes to have breakfast. You can guess what his choice of drink on the side is.
Long black.
With only a couple of hours in the day, you can already get as many coffees in. So, I mean, I don't know, would support it, Mac. But look, even heading into this third map on a extremely close series where we've already had plenty of hours into the casting here for myself and even for you in just this series alone.
Yep.
I wouldn't recommend the coffee because we've got a whole nother best of 3 after this one. There's another qualification spot for Oceania in this Asia minor, and one of these teams is going to be dropping down. Now, I did check on Order and Tainted Minds. Tainted Minds picked Inferno, and Order was able to steal it away from them 16-14. So you're going to be kicking yourself if you're Tainted Minds in that scenario, letting your map pick slip to their opponent. But Order definitely no slouches on Inferno. They're heading into Cash, a map that both teams should be pretty familiar with as well. So, I mean, it's just one of those series where
everything's close. Everyone's so level at the moment. It'll be interesting to see if the consolidation final is one-sided or not. Because these teams as well, are they going to be worn out after just playing so many mind games over this best of 3? Like,
both teams will have to deal with that. All 4 of the teams, really, whether they win or lose, whether they qualify or make it through to that extra match in the lower bracket for Tainted Minds and Order. It's not going to be an easy feat. All these teams pretty familiar with each other. All these teams are fairly on the same skill level. Even Renegades, some people would tip them as being, a much better team. I don't really think that that's the case. I really rate the domestic competition in Australia. All of these teams, as long as they're playing up to their form, you can see teams like Tainted, even Order as well, come in a little bit flat. We've seen that in recent domestic competitions, Order going out of the groups at a Nats recently after very, very soon after qualifying over Greyhound for an overseas event.
Yep.
All these teams trading back and forth opportunities to be able to qualify for those overseas events between different teams. You even see Chiefs, obviously, they can't play in in the minor qualification matches due to, you know, some of their players not being allowed. But
they're still looking for a 5th now too.
Yeah.
You know, Flick's retiring. Shout outs to that man who's been around in the scene for a long time.
Yeah.
And been a very, very nice fella as well.
Yeah, 100%. Heart goes out to him. Hope nothing but the best for him. But we're going to be focusing on some of his long-term competition in terms of these couple of teams heading through this minor qualification, and I'm sure he'll be watching from the sidelines and having a bit of a cheer, because even if you retire from CS, you're never really out of it. You're still following it. You're still watching on for some of the lads to see how they're progressing. Yeah. Look, I wasn't going to say it, but there you go, Mark. Getting in there nice
I hope
and
he's
early.
watching.
Yep. I'm sure he's having a little bit of a gander, at least keeping an eye on the results, that's for sure. Exciting stuff, though, in the Oceanic qualifier thus far. All of these teams so close, such close map scores. It's the difference between, like, a lot of other regions that I've been watching, you know, your Middle East and your Asian qualifiers in Asian competitions sometimes, as well as, you know, even South America with Ints coming way out ahead of a lot of those other teams. Some of the matches are never this close, and we're being blessed with some great Counter-Strike between some of the domestic competition here over in Oceania. Never a dull game, never a round that can't be won, whether you have the pistols, as I hate to say, or whether you have a full buy with all the bells and whistles, all the utilities and the orbs. Yeah. So, who are you really feeling going into this, Mac? You're going to predict
Don't ask me that.
One of the teams.
Don't ask me that.
I'm going to give you an easier question. Who's going to be the standout players for each of these sides? Who's going to have a big performance on Barrage to put their team over the top and win out the map in a massive pressure match like this one?
Urkist has been performing tonight.
100%. On top
today,
both games,
this morning. So he is someone to watch, 100%. Dexter, usually we see him have bigger games. He's hit some nutty shots and made some nutty plays, but hasn't really had as big of a performance as what we've seen him recently in domestic competition.
Yep.
Sterling surprised me. You know, he's been doing really well tonight. Dick Stacey as well. Usually he probably puts up a few more numbers, but being the entry, a lot of the time he is going to be, you know, shut down. Even with the Deagle though, he's looked deadly. Like that's something else. So that's all Grayhound. Like, got them out of the way.
Yep.
JKS and Liaz still sleeping.
Yep.
You know, JKS came out firing straight away with the scout, as you've mentioned, but then he only got his next kill when it was him in vent probably like 3 rounds later. And so he hasn't been, I guess, gifted the opportunity to show what he's worth, which is, you know, understandable. They're all good on Renegades. That's the thing. Like, Liaz hasn't been popping off either, but that's his position. Like, he doesn't get the opportunity to go and do the stuff that he used to do.
Yeah.
And Grat as well has been hitting some shots, hitting those entries, but we saw him getting flashed off a lot of angles, so it's just because Grayhound know how he plays. Like, that's it. So it's back and forth. It's back and forth.
100%. I mean, yeah, we can really have a big think about, you know, how this game's going to go, but there's only one way to find out, but we're going to have to be waiting a little bit longer. We're dealing with a PC issue, so that's going to take a little bit of time to resolve, so we'll have to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Renegades versus Grayhound, Map 3. We'll see you after this short break.